What's up, little puppy? Hi, baby. All right, we're down here with Tabetha for our week 1 video recap. In these videos, we're going to go over all the things that we've been working on with your puppies. You can see what they're learning and the progress that they're making. Okay, so we've got Tabetha down here now. We're just getting warmed up with a little bit of play. Tabetha is a very playful puppy. She loves toys. She loves this flirt pole. The flirt pole is one of my favorite toys to play with puppies. Whoa, you lost it. It's a really nice way, as you can see, that the puppy can chase and bite without me having to expend a lot of energy, or to make sure that the puppy isn't biting at me, and they're learning how to appropriately use their mouth, which is on toys that they are allowed to bite and chase and tug, right? What are you doing, girlfriend? Tabetha is also pretty food motivated too, so that makes for a good puppy who loves to train. What do you got? Why do you bring that in your potty box? All right, so a couple of things before we get started with our training exercises. When you registered, you should have gotten a confirmation email. In that email, there's a few different links to some different things. One of them is going to bring you to a web page, which will give you some resources like some handouts and a video library. So I'm going to highly recommend that before your puppy comes home, that you read through those handouts, that you watch the videos in the video library. Better yet, we're going to be working on week 1 behaviors in this video with Tabetha. So I think after you finish watching this video, you should go into the video library and watch the week 1 videos in there, because I go into more detail on how we're training the behavior, why we're doing what we're doing, and it'll make some of the stuff in this video make a little bit more sense, okay? So make sure that you utilize those resources that I've got for you before your puppy comes home. All right, Tabetha, are you ready? She's like, I want to keep playing. This is great. Oh, I stole that from you. All right, so I'm going to come over here and grab my clicker, and I'm going to grab some treats, all right? So again, first video in that library is going to talk about the clicker, why we use it, what it's for. It's going to make this make a lot more sense. So pop over there and watch those videos when we're done, okay? So I'm going to start by charging the clicker with Tabetha. So I'm just going to click, yeah, and then give her a cookie. Good job, girlfriend. I'm using the Vital Essentials for treats. Sometimes people ask what we're using. So essentially, Tabetha is earning her breakfast during this training exercise. Good girl. So we're going to charge this clicker about 3-4 times. And basically, I just want her to understand that when she hears the click, she's going to get a treat from me. The girl, I think she's got that down. Look at you, puppy. So now we're going to move into following a food lure. So instead of just clicking and handing the food to her, I'm going to ask her to follow the food in my hand. So I've got this cookie. I'm holding it under my thumb against a flat palm. This is how I hold the food lure. So that way the puppy isn't biting at my fingers. She's learning how to use a soft mouth when she interacts with people. I get her attached to the cookie on my hand. She follows it for a few steps, and then I click the clicker and release it. So watch that again. She's attached to the food in my hand. Yeah, good girl, Tabetha. We are teaching the puppy how to follow food in our hand. Look at you, good girl. And then you can see how I can move this puppy all over. And when I click, that's when I'm releasing the cookie. Let's do one more of those. Yeah, baby. Look at you. Smarty pants. Good job. Okay? These puppies are so small, I'm even breaking these little treats in half for them. Okay, so another variation on following the food lure is we can add her name. So I'm going to teach Tabetha what her name is, that she should respond to her name, maybe follow me when she hears her name. And that looks like this. We're going to utilize the food lure, okay? Tabetha. Wow, good puppy. Look at you. Tabetha. Super smart. Tabetha. Good girl. Let's do one more of those. Ready? Tabetha. Super puppy. Good girl. All right, we're going to take a little break because we just went through 3 different behaviors. Charging the clicker, following the food lure, and doing a few reps of the name game, teaching Tabetha what her name is. Good girl. Now each week we'll either kind of review some of those behaviors or we'll add a step to the behaviors. Make it a little bit more difficult. Woo! I got that. She loves this flirt bowl. On our products page on our website, we do have a link to this exact flirt bowl. This is one of my favorites, especially for this size dog. Where is it? Get it. I'm exercising this puppy. I'm fulfilling her need to chase and pounce and bite by just moving this thing around on the ground. Get it, good girl. And guess what? She's not doing it to me. Good puppy. Good girl. All right, so the next thing that we're going to work on, I'm stealing that from you again, is a hand target. Now the hand target's going to look probably a little bit similar to following a food lure, but there is a bit of a difference. I want to teach the puppy in the hand target to target their nose to my palm, okay? So we're going to start with her on a food lure. Got that cookie in my hand. I'm going to show it to her. Okay, she's connected right now. This is the food lure, but then I'm going to disconnect, touch, and I'm going to mark and give her that cookie when she reconnects. So that's the target. She's targeting her nose to my hand. Lure, touch, target. Good girl, Tabetha. Target, touch. Wow, mamas. Good girl. Want to do a couple more? Lure, touch. Super puppy. Chew it up. Is that a big piece? You got it. Good girl. Touch. Good job, puppy. She's so cute. Okay, so that's the hand target. Now let's do a few reps of the first position change, okay? So I'm going to get Tabetha on that lure and then sit. Lure her into the sit position. When she's done chewing that one up. Good girl. Okay, I'm introducing a release word. I'm saying okay to tell her she can move out of the sit position. Ready? And try that again. Get her on the lure. Sit. Good girl. Okay. Super smart puppy. Do a couple more. Sit. Good job. Okay. Let's do one more. She's into it. Tabetha, sit. Okay. Ooh, that one went far. Good baby. All right, so again, we just practiced 3 behaviors. The hand target, teaching her the sit position, and then also introducing that release word. Okay, that means she's allowed to leave the position we just put her in. We're going to use that release word for a couple different things. You'll see as we move on here. Wow! Give me that toy. Oh my goodness. Tabetha's owners, you have to get her a flirt pole. She loves it. She loves it. Yeah. Look at you. All right, I'm going to steal this from her one more time. Hang on, baby. You're so cute. Okay, so now we're going to teach her, well, I'm going to show you the map behavior that we've been teaching her this week. Where'd you go? You're under the chair. You're too small. So essentially, this is going to turn into a stay. We're going to teach her to go to her mat and to stay there, but We have to break this down into little tiny steps for little tiny babies. So in week 1, we just want them to come to the mat. Tabetha, good girl. And once she does, I'm gonna mark with the clicker. I'm gonna set one cookie down, one at a time for a few cookies, and then, okay, I'm using that release word. That means she can come off, right? So my goal for week 1 is that every time I release the puppy off the mat, I wanna see that they wanna come back to it. Tabetha, super smart. Look at you. Good girl. Okay. Do that a couple more times. Yeah, chew it up. Was that a big one? Good puppy. Good puppy. Okay. One more. Let's do one more. Good girl. Okay. Great. So she's exactly where I want her to be for the mat behavior. What a good dog. A lot of stuff in week 1. A lot of like introducing the puppy to training, what it means, and that it's fun, right? Did you spit that one out? Was it too big? What are you sniffing over there? That one. All right, now the last thing that I'm going to show you are some handling exercises, just some very basic handling exercises for week 1. We want to get our puppies socialized and used to the way that they're going to have to be handled and touched at the groomer and the vet, okay? So I've got some food in my hand. I'm not going to use the clicker for this one because I'm going to use both my hands. I'm going to get the puppy on the food lure in one hand, and with my other hand, I'm just going to pet her gently all down her body. And I'm going to take this hand and bring it underneath her belly. Yes! Okay, so for this exercise, I'm using the word yes instead of the clicker just because I don't have enough hands. Yes. Good job, puppy. I'm just sort of stabilizing her with this opposite hand, restraining her, asking her to hold still. That's hard for puppies. Holding still is hard. So then when we have to fight with the dog to get them to hold still, then that's when care becomes uncooperative. Yes. And the dog can find conflict in that, right? Okay. Using that release word to let her know we're done for a second. Also making sure she wants to come back and do more. Look at you, little puppy. All right, so after a little bit of restraint, now we're just gonna practice some handling for the rest of her body. So I'm gonna pick up each ear, gently massage at the ear canals. Yes. Pick up the tail, move that. Yes. I'm not pulling the tail, just handling, moving it around in a way that it can normally move, okay? Feet. Yes, when I pick up her feet, I'm also massaging her toes. Let's do this side. Amazing, yes. Good girl, and release her out. Okay. Oh, that was 2. Good girl, Tabetha. Super puppy. Okay, so Tabetha did amazing for week 1. Like I said at the beginning of the video, she is very playful. She's very food motivated. That makes for a dog that's super easy to train. Right, baby? Good girl. Make sure you check out your confirmation email, all those links, your video library for your Zoom lesson. Usually my availability is on Wednesdays. If you guys, after your puppy goes home, if you guys have any questions, just shoot us an email, but we'll see you next week for week 2.